Hey everyone!
Welcome to the third episode of our podcast.
Today we're joined by special guest Bonnie.
Hi.
Yay! Hi, Bonnie.
Why don't you introduce yourself a bit?
So my name is Bonnie, and I was born and raised in Vancouver, and I'm a piano teacher here. So just a quick slot in if you need a piano teacher.
Little plug-in if you need some piano teachers, get her.
Perfect. I liked grilled cheese, long walks on the beach. Currently not single.
I was like, she's taken.
This is not a dating show.
What are you
wrong podcast.
Anyways, on our podcast, we'd like to do like weekly check-ins. So, Catherine, how was your week?
My week, how was it? Well, I'm sure you guys heard about all that flooding happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, I live up island, and the highway, the road got, what is it called when the road gets damaged? There's a word for it. Outwash? What is it?
Something washed.
I don't know, some technical word. So the road got damaged, and they were doing all this construction and stuff. So I had to stay in Victoria the whole week because it was a pain to get up and down.
Oh, so you were in
People
Victoria that time.
Yeah. People were waiting like up to 6 hours, I think, just to like get up. Or they were taking the ferry, and it was a gong show. So I was like, no, I'm not going to bother. I'll just stay in town. So the first night I've actually been home was Friday.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was that. And then there was that whole fandango with people freaking out because there was no gas. Because of that other highway that got cut off. And then all the like people panic buying. And so that was an interesting week.
It's like funny because it's so weird being here and hearing about all this stuff's happening on the island because like that's my home, right? And I was talking to my dad about the gas thing, and he was like, why are people getting gas if there's flooding? They're not going anywhere.
Right? Everyone's like, why is everyone freaking out? You're not even going anywhere. Victoria's so small.
Oh my gosh. So your week was pretty interesting, to say the least.
It was interesting. Yeah. And then, I had my boyfriend's work party last night. It was very interesting to be social again and having to socialize with other people because I am very out of practice. Thank you, COVID.
Damn COVID.
I know.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Do you want to start first?
Yeah, sure. It was mostly standard. Like most of my day is just teaching piano. Probably the funniest thing was this past Saturday I was teaching a kid, and whenever I teach her, she'll kind of nod, but she'll do something totally different than what I asked her to do. So then she has a tendency to like run through everything from like top to the bottom. So then this time in this class, I wanted to be a little bit different. I was like, okay, I want you to play from here to here with your right hand only. And then she kind of looked at me and she was like, okay. And then she just the whole thing.
She played the thing? Like, she played the whole...
The entire piece with both hands. And she just started to run through like super, super fast. And I was like...
How old is she?
She's like grade 7. Yeah, she's really cute. Oh. I love her. But at the same time, she just... she understands me to do that. So I had to just be like, stop. I'm going to try this again.
Wait, you sent a snap
She's just
to me, I think, a couple of days ago about, was it tenuto? You're teaching tenuto. What
What
happened with that?
Okay. So for those of you who don't know, tenuto, when you're playing it on the piano, it looks like a line over a note, and it just means that you hold the note firmly for the full length. So I was trying to explain it to this kid, and I was like, tenuto. And then he was like, noodles? Like instant noodles? I was like, no.
That's so cute.
No. I was like, tenuto. And he was like, Naruto. And I was like, I just gave up. We didn't end up learning the word that day.
Did you know Naruto was from music?
This kid has his priorities straight, obviously.
I mean, to be fair, I'm surprised that kids know what Naruto is. Like, it was our time. It was our time.
That's true.
Let us have our stuff. Okay.
Because they haven't done some sort of like new series, have they? It's all like the older
So they
episodes?
have
Or is there?
they have like the second generation of kids. So like Naruto's kids
Yeah.
and then other ones, but I never really got
I
into
think
it.
that's what happened with Pokemon too. That's why right? Everybody all of a sudden was back into it. And same thing happened with Naruto. Yeah.
It's
I've
interesting
never actually seen Naruto.
Me neither. I'm so sorry. People are so hurt.
Like,
Isn't
I
there
know
like
there's
1,000
there's-
episodes now?
There's like
Yeah.
there's Naruto, and then there's like a guy with the eye, and he has the black headband.
they all have black headbands.
I don't
With the
know.
gray
He's
hair?
like the bad guy.
No, there.
I don't
Oh yeah, it was
know.
one gray hair with one eye covered, like with the eye patch, and then one.
Is he a-
Sharingan is what it's called. Okay.
Is he a bad guy? I'm just assuming he's a bad guy. 'Cause
Okay,
he has
so
one
the
eye.
the guy with the gray hair is not bad. The guy with black hair with the really cool eyes, he is like good and bad. You know, he's bad, but he's actually a good person. You know.
I don't know nothing about Naruto. Sorry, Josh.
I'm clearly the weeb in this group. Oh my gosh. Is it my turn now to share?
Yeah. It's like your turn.
Yes.
I have. Okay, so it started off a couple days ago. I was at Costco just buying some food, and I saw this really nice jacket from Calvin Klein. It was like $50. It was a puffer jacket, like super nice.
It's a really good deal.
really good deal.
Yeah, it's a really good deal.
But they only had like extra large and up. And I'm like, okay, it's super nice, but like if I zip it up, it like literally looks like I'm like pregnant. Like it has this giant like hole like in between. So I mean, you know what? I will maybe I'll just go to a different store. So I buy my stuff and I realize, like, oh no, I used up my gift card because I don't have a membership, and so I actually can't go back inside because I don't have a gift card anymore. So then I messaged Bonnie and I said, hey, are you free Friday? She's like, oh no, I teach, and then she has church stuff. And I'm like, oh dang, I can't go back in. So I was like, oh wait. So what I'll do is I'll return my item that I got, and
Tell them what the item was.
it was chia seeds, organic chia seeds. I returned it, and then so they could put the money onto a gift card so I could go back in to another store. And then I went in, same thing. They didn't have the jacket. I'm like, oh, shoot. So then I called my dad, and I was like, oh, this is a really nice jacket. It'll be really nice. I don't have a lot of like warm coats. And he's like, oh, you know, maybe I can order it for you. I'm like, okay, sure. I'll send you the details, like my login. You can just order it yourself. And so I go home. It's like a day after I log on, and because the day before when I called him, there was sizing. The size was there. The large size was there. I go on and log in. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get this super nice jacket, and then they ran out of stock.
You're just not meant to have that jacket. It's just a sign.
It's not meant to be. But then the worst thing is like after that happened, I went out for food, you know, just treating myself on Saturday. I come home. You're laughing. I come home. I'm reversing into my spot, and I accidentally hit the pole, like backing into my place, right? There's like a giant pillar.
Yeah.
And so it scratched my
no.
car. And then in that moment, I called my dad and I said in Chinese, "Appa, which is like I scratched my car. And I said, God doesn't want me to have nice things. And he's like, that's true. That's true.
Your dad.
You don't have to spend as much money anymore.
Your poor car. Aw. Is it bad?
Bonnie says it's not too bad.
It's not that
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, it's just by like the wheel on the back side. Yeah, on the far side.
Okay. That's not too
Yeah.
bad.
To be fair, it's like my first scratch ever. So like,
Yeah.
not
but
the
there's no
worst.
dent. It's just a small
Mhm.
scratch, so you can easily cover that up. It'll be okay.
Baby's
But
first car scratch.
A
no.
tragedy.
And you try
Sad.
your best, but you don't succeed. Oh my gosh. Okay, so today, like we said earlier, we have Bonnie joining us for the first time. And so we just wanted to talk a little bit about how we met, how the three of us kind of met each other. So we'll start, because it all started back in first year university.
Flashback.
Okay, so imagine classroom, okay, full of music students, okay, a giant row of literally all the Asians Asians in the class sitting in a
this
row.
was like the first day of school.
First day of school. It was history.
Yep.
It was history. I'm sitting on like the very end of it on the left side. And this other Asian girl is sitting beside me. The class starts, just like people are chatting, the professor's saying stuff, and then something happens.
Okay. So that day, when I walked into the classroom and I sat down, put down all my stuff, I realized that on the first day of school, I forgot to bring a pencil. So I was like, oh, shoot.
Let's reenact it.
Hey, I'm so sorry. Can
Hi.
I borrow a pencil? I forgot.
In my mind, I was like, are you kidding me?
Imagine Josh sitting there like, are you serious?
First day, I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, super kindly, of course, you can take a pencil. But inside, I'm just like,
who's this dumb girl that forgot to bring her pencil to the first date?
But, like, it's funny because that interaction was basically what started our friendship, right? And our friend Season also sat on your right side, I think. So the three of us actually went through music school pretty much together.
Yeah. Okay, there's a little bit more to this story. So I was very fortunate because during that time, I was looking. It's my first day in school. I'm still looking for a church in Victoria, and when I was talking to Josh, like for some reason that topic came up, and I told him that I was looking for a church.
Oh, was this at the cafeteria?
No, this was in class.
Oh, in class.
Yeah, and then you were like, "Oh, I go to church," and I think you did. You tell me?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm pastor's kid.
Yeah, and I was like, "What? What are the chances?" So that's how I kind of like got to go into church, and then also meet Catherine. I have a little bit more to this story. So afterwards,
are you exposing me to the internet?
I have a little bit more to this story. Okay, so after that, after our class, like I went back to my dorm, and Josh was like, "Oh, like, I can come with you?" And I was like, "Okay." And he like followed me from the music school all the way back to my dorm, all the way back to my room.
You make it sound like he's a stalker.
That's what was in my head. I was like, I just met him, and we like had a good conversation, but he's like following me to my room.
He's so obsessed with me. Oh my gosh.
So like, I kind of like made a point that I had a boyfriend in that time because I thought Josh was hitting on me in that moment. I was like, what else could he possibly want? He like sat in my room. You sat in my chair at my desk.
Josh, you're so
I was like,
so
this
forward.
is really weird, but cool.
It's funny because like I did not even think about it. I clearly have no boundaries. I'm just like friendly with everybody. I don't care. And then she's like, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, that's cool. Like I was like, what? It's like, why did you bring it up?
Maybe he's trying to express like some kind of like interest. Is he interested?
I was like, what's that? Okay, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Like I just clearly didn't.
You're like,
So people listening, don't do that. It's creepy, and I regret it to this day. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So then we met. She went to our church, and then Catherine went to Dive, our fellowship, but also was in choir, and that's kind of how I think you two met, right?
Yeah, that's how we got to know each other a lot better.
He was like, oh, Josh brought this other short girl to choir. I just remember us randomly talking one day, Bonnie, and we were started talking about spiders somehow.
Right.
Like, I don't know how we got on that topic.
Oh.
And so we were like bonding about he were both scared of spiders.
That's totally right. Yeah, I was because I think I was telling you that maybe I was in the basement during that time, and there was the spiders in Victoria are significantly bigger than the ones in Vancouver. They're uglier and like they're more like.
But like the thing.
Oh yeah, because you were in that basement suite, right?
Yeah, for a short time. Yeah,
Victoria,
and they were a lot uglier. I named one of our one of the spiders. I couldn't catch, but I named her Agatha.
Agatha?
Yeah, and then I was telling you that like someone told me that like if you get chestnuts, apparently they kind of go away, and on UVic campus, there's a lot of chestnuts. So like after class, I like squatted down and like was picking off chestnuts off the ground. And imagine like all these students are just like walking past, just watching me like.
It's funny because I can imagine it. I can totally imagine.
I can see that
it.
too.
And they're just like, "What are you doing?"
It's funny because Bonnie and Catherine are like pretty much the same height, right? I think so. And so like Catherine, I remember when we were talking about it, like, how I was like, the first thing I thought of you was short Filipino girl, right? And then Bonnie was short, and I was like, wait, guys, you can be friends.
Automatic friend. There's a mutual understanding.
I was talking to Bonnie on the way to my place today about like my funniest moment of YouTube, and it was when we sang the song "Human" by Christina Perry. And we were rehearsing, and so the lyrics is, "I can hold my breath, I can bite my tongue," and Bonnie accidentally said,
"I can hold my tongue, I can bite my breath."
And I remember just like all of you just could not sing it. Every time we got to that section, it was just chaos.
I forgot about that.
We rehearsed it for so many weeks, but we just couldn't get through that one lyric because we kept either switching it or just like laughing because we were thinking about it. It was my solo part.
And everyone's just like, ooh, ooh. Oh my gosh. Hey everyone. I can't believe we're already on episode 3. I hope you've been enjoying our episodes so far with our good friend Bonnie. We would love for you to give us a rating and let us know some of the things that you've been enjoying so far. You can also post and comment on our Instagram or send us a DM of topics you would like us to discuss. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about our childhood favorites. Talking to like the kids nowadays, like it's so different, and so I think it's really interesting, like bringing up certain things, and they were like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Okay, did I just age myself?"
You totally aged yourself.
Do you feel that with your students?
I feel really old. Yeah, when I talk to them, I had a kid that told me, I was talking to her about like Frozen, like, "Oh, do you like Frozen and Elsa?" And she's like, "That movie's so old," and I was like,
"Is it old?"
Yeah, Frozen is old now.
It just came out.
Yeah, I thought it just came. Right now. I thought it just came out not that long ago.
Like it feels like it came out like 2 years ago.
2013. That's not that long ago.
I mean, kind of.
A little bit.
Okay. I graduated in 2012.
But like, okay, the thing is, to be fair, I think that kids born into 2000s are weird. Like, just like when I see like their birthday is like July 31st. Is it July 31st? 2005. And I'm like, that's so weird. It's
like, it doesn't seem real to me.
No, it doesn't.
Like, I don't know. It just seems fake.
I still have to process.
I think our friend Joy, they were born in the year 1999. And I remember I'm like, oh my, the next year is going to be born in 2000s. This is insane. It's so weird.
They're babies.
They're still babies.
Because we're all 90s kids.
Best decade. I still think to this day. Okay. So today, I was thinking maybe we could start off talking about some of our childhood favorites and then just kind of go off of each other because I feel like we might have similarities, but also maybe some differences. But before we get into that, I think Bonnie, can you just share a little bit about your childhood? Like Catherine and I did that in our last episode, but I don't actually know much about your childhood.
Yeah, that's true. We never really talked about it.
Yeah.
I would say I had a pretty good childhood. But I was kind of like unlike other kids. Like I didn't.
She was different.
Different. Not that different. It's just that I didn't grow up with any like consoles, like Game Boy or Wii or anything. My mom never let us play. The only time I got to play was. Do you guys still remember Future Shop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so when my dad would shop, I would go and play with it for like 10 minutes, and then leave to the store with him. Either that or I got to play with like my friends, but not very long. So a lot of time I was actually playing outside or playing at home, playing house, like in my own games room.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
A good game.
House is a good game.
Yeah. Did you want me to talk about my family?
Sure. Why don't you talk a little bit about your family? Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in a family of 6. There's like 4 girls, which is kind
Opposite
of
of
funny.
mine,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what Josh and I bonded over because he has 4 boys. 4 girls. And then I felt like I was like the black sheep of the family because all my other sisters were really into shopping and like a variety of like different more girly things, I would say. But for me, like I was the only one that truly enjoyed like eating chicken feet in the car with my dad out of a bag and throwing it away so my mom would not know. Kind of like that. I was a little bit more on the boyish side, I guess.
Do you feel more like a tomboy, I guess, back in the day? Like,
Yeah, a little bit more like a tomboy. Classic like t-shirt and jeans.
Did you hate wearing dresses and skirts?
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it as much. I rather wear pants.
Yeah.
One other thing that we bonded over was that like 4 girls, 4 boys, but we also all played piano. Like, tell them a little bit about your sisters and what they do.
What they do?
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah.
So my eldest sister, she did piano, but she became a lash tech to do your eyelashes. And then my second eldest sister, she is teaching in like elementary schools. I'm the only one that is like strictly piano right now. And then my youngest sister is going to go into music education, kind of like Josh.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun. And I think it's interesting, like, hearing about your childhood, and because for mine is like very different. Like I just played piano and did other like extra homework at home and school, but we never really played outside. Like we actually were given a lot of consoles like PlayStation and Game Boys from like uncles and aunties, but we were only allowed to play for like an hour on Saturday or something like that. And that's about it. Like we didn't really do much. Catherine, did you do anything?
Interesting. I kind of grew up with like, it was like a mix of you guys. Like I had consoles and stuff as a kid. Like I remember playing Game Boy, like the handheld sideways one, and it had the little external light that you had to plug in because it didn't come with a backlit. Yeah, so I had that with my little like Hamtaro game, and we had the first PlayStation. I remember that PlayStation 1, but I also played outside a lot, so it was kind of like a mix of both. Like my parents never kind of like limited whether or not we were allowed to play on the electronics and stuff, so it was like a good mix of both, I think.
Well, clearly I'm the black sheep of this group. I'm sorry, you're going to say something? You say, I remember?
Or
no?
No, that's gone now.
I'm so sorry. I must have ruined this podcast if you guys heard me sneeze.
Bonnie's iconic sneeze.
I sneeze really, really loud. So I apologize.
Loud.
Like, when we talk about dad sneezes,
that's me.
Bonnie sneezes.
The Bonnie sneeze is dangerous.
So one thing I remembered when Bonnie said just like playing games at Future Shop. Did you guys ever remember in McDonald's they had those video games? Did the McDonald's in Victoria, Vancouver ever have that?
Video
I was growing up at the McDonald's where I was. There was like a little kids section, and in the kids section they had these little like big console things, and there were like Nintendo games. There was like Kirby and like Mario and stuff like that.
No, I don't
Oh,
remember
you had
that.
the best childhood.
Yeah, I was like, what is
all
this?
of us.
McDonald's.
Yeah. Look it up later, because yeah, that was just like the best.
We
And
only
they took
had
it
just
away.
like the play place, like just like the slides and the climbing thing. That's about it. I think for me.
That's
we
what I
didn't have
remember.
that. So yeah, we didn't have that. No play place. That was a treat whenever I went to Vancouver as a kid. I was like, oh, there's a park.
What?
In the McDonald's.
Where? Yeah. Okay, we had to look this up. I'm so intrigued because I don't think we ever had that in Victoria.
Look it up.
I don't remember it
Video
at
games
all.
in McDonald's.
Either.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, why don't we start off with TV shows. What are some of your favorite childhood TV shows? Kathleen, why don't you start?
Oh, what was that network? PBS Kids? Did you guys
PBS
ever watch
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there was a whole bunch of shows on there. There was one that I loved. It was called Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales.
Yes.
Dragon Tales! And it had the like scale and stuff. What else was on PBS?
They had to like open a book, right, to like get into the dragon.
Yeah, they had to like hold the scale, and they had a chant that they had to chant.
Yep.
And then I guess it just like teleported them into the dragon world. What else was on PBS? There was this show about a kid named Stanley.
I
It was, like,
vaguely
animals.
remember.
Stanley?
Yeah, he was like an animal explorer or something. He had a goldfish.
I don't remember this.
It talked.
What?
Yeah.
Stanley.
What else? There's a lot. There was also like Teletoon. All those
Teletoon.
cartoons on Teletoon.
Did you ever watch what's YTV?
Yes.
That was my childhood, YTV.
So like SpongeBob and
What else was there?
SpongeBob.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good too.
You know what's really funny? I think it's funny is that SpongeBob actually has some funny humor that you understand more as an adult rather than when you were a kid. So I remember watching some episodes maybe like in high school or something, and I like laughing at it more than I did as a kid. As a kid, I thought it was just kind of cute and like SpongeBob was just this comical character, but a lot of the humor is very made towards adults.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's some secret nuances that only adults get when you're older.
Bonnie, what were some of your favorite TV
Ooh.
shows?
I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo. During that time, there was like a new cereal that came out that was like Scooby Snacks.
Scooby Snacks.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and they were like shaped in like a little bone, and they were so
That's
good, but you
cute.
can't get them anymore.
Yeah, of course.
This is like when I was really younger. Do you guys remember Big Comfy Couch?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Lunette the clown and her doll.
Exactly. So there's
And then there was the clock stretch.
oh yes. So during that time, like I would lie down on my carpet, like right in my living room, and try my best to put my leg up like a clock and tick at the same time.
It
She
was
would, like-
so hard.
It was so hard.
Wait, is it like there's a girl with like, was it black hair? No.
Yeah, black hair.
Oh,
and she had
I
a
didn't
pink
know that was
hat,
called that.
Big Comfy Couch. And at the very end, like it's kind of like the end credits. There's like a cow that jumps over the couch. I would attempt that from one side of the couch to the other with her.
With her.
With her.
With her. Okay, so I didn't get to watch a lot of TV, and so like literally we were allowed to watch TV Friday night and Saturday. And so Silas and I, my brother Silas and I, would watch TV. We were only supposed to watch it for like 2 hours on Friday. But my parents always went out to fellowship Friday nights. And sometimes they would come home later than the 2 hours span. So we were only allowed to watch from like 7 to 9. So Silas and I watched a lot of like anime because Friday nights was when they put anime out. That's kind of how we watched anime. But the thing is, we were so sneaky. Our room was literally right above our driveway. So whenever they came home, we would like shut the blinds and we could see the light of the car coming in. And we would like turn off the TV when they came home and then pretend to sleep. But my parents clearly knew that we were watching TV. Because later when I became like maybe like high school, university, whenever I drive home, I would literally see Sauce's computer screen light up the room, even in the dark, right? I'm like, my parents knew for a fact. And they're like, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute, kind of sweet that they let us watch. They never said anything. But I don't like. I rewatched like some TV. Like on Saturdays, they had like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents, and what was it? What was that show? I was gonna say.
Describe it.
I don't. Oh no, it's mind block. Oh well, it's fine.
That's
But we didn't
okay.
get to watch a lot of TV, and so a lot of my friends are like, "Oh, like this, like Arthur, for example. I never watched Arthur.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to, and so
Huh.
was kind of a bummer. But still watched some TV shows that I thought was pretty good.
Yeah. What animes
Magic
did you guys
School
watch
Bus.
at that age?
What animes?
Yeah.
Oh, we watched like at that time Inuyasha was out
Oh,
on it. That was a good
yeah.
one. I thought that was very good, and I watched it later on when I was older, and and like the dub. So like when they use English voiceover, was actually pretty decent because a lot of them are really bad nowadays. So there's like
Mm.
Inuyasha. There was Naruto, a little bit of Naruto.
Card captors.
Card Captor.
Hamtaro. Hamtaro.
Oh, Hamtaro was on there as well.
I
Yeah.
love Hamtaro.
So I have a similar, or maybe the same game, Catherine. I played a Hamtaro game on my Game Boy.
Was it the the love game? You had
Yes.
to find it? Yeah.
Wait, I don't
love that
understand.
game.
What do you don't understand? It's hamsters.
That fall in
And they're
love.
cute, and you
And
have
they're
to find their partners.
They find their partners.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute.
I remember just like running around like the yard and like the house and like
Yeah,
just Hamtaro just like running around.
I love that game.
What is this?
Because I never owned any consoles, right? So it's like I don't get it.
You know what? Honestly,
to-
I would get if we could find one. I know I still have them all at my house. I would let you borrow it and play it just so you can like.
Experience.
Yeah, I think you would still enjoy it. I would still enjoy just like playing on it.
Yeah, I still have all mine too, so we can just bring them to Vancouver.
Perfect.
Yeah, we should do the next episode is us playing, like streaming us
playing-
playing games.
Oh
Playing
my gosh.
Hamtaro.
Hamtaro. Oh, Hamtaro is so cute.
So
Okay.
cute.
You were about to say something earlier. Do you remember? Like,
No, I don't remember anymore.
it's okay.
It's okay.
Let's move on. Okay. Favorite childhood movies?
Oh, what did I watch? I remember one. Whenever I mention it, not a lot of people know what it is, but it's a Brave Little Toaster.
You should see our
Yeah.
faces right now. Josh and I have our mouths opened and just
See, no
very
one ever
confused.
knows what it is.
No.
It's called a Brave Little. So it's like these like household appliances, and they go on these like adventures. And there's one where they go to the space. So there's a toaster. I think there's like a heated blanket, a fan. This sounds really weird when I explain it.
I was like household appliances.
I don't know. It was cute. And what else? I watched Lion King a lot. Like a lot. That was my favorite.
Okay,
Classic.
Disney movies.
Yeah, I grew up with Disney, so I watched all of them.
Yeah.
My favorite? Maybe Aladdin.
Aladdin
Oh,
was-
yeah. That's a good one.
Aladdin was really good.
Aristocats, I also watched a lot.
I've never watched it.
Oh, you have it?
That one's a
That's
good one.
too. It's cute.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
Mhm.
My favorite movie would be probably Emperor's New Groove, which is very underrated. I
That
think.
one's actually really good.
It's really funny.
It's
And
very funny.
The show
Yeah, my
was really
sisters and
good
I would quote
too.
it.
Oh yeah, they had a TV show. They had a TV show.
Mhm.
It's really funny because like we grew up. I think all of us grew up with a lot of Disney, right? And
Mhm.
the whole like musical kind of thing, like music and singing and all that stuff came from that. I think a lot of the Disney music. But literally, do you know like when you think about your childhood, like your first memory you remember as a kid, like you know you're 1, 2, 3, you don't remember anything. But literally, my first memory is I like out in my hallway in my house, and on the TV was Sleeping Beauty. I think it was Sleeping Beauty, and my cousins were watching it, and I was just like running around in the hallway with my like diaper and my milk bottle, because apparently I just did that all the time. I just have a milk bottle in my mouth and just like run around the house. And I remember like running down the hallway, seeing the TV with Sleeping Beauty on it, turning around, falling, and then my milk bottle just flew down the hallway and like hit like I think one of like my cousins. And that's like my first memory. It's just Disney, and also that is hilarious. But I find that a lot of a lot of the Disney movies nowadays, like the music's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, that's true. It's still good in its own way, but it's definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like back then I can memorize all the songs. Whereas like for the Disney movies now, I might just remember just one hit song from each one or two.
I mean,
The
even
notable
last
song.
night, last night at the party, Seiji was singing something, and then Bonnie just zooped over to where we were and just finished the rest of the line. Be our guest.
Oh, be our guest.
And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, Bonnie's here now. Some of my favorite movies, I think, growing up was Studio Ghibli. And it's interesting because not a lot of people knew about it, unless, like, for example, somebody had given you a DVD from, like, Japan, or, like, for us, we, of course, legally downloaded them from the internet. But we grew up watching, like, Totoro and Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away, even though Spirited Away scared me so much. Like, I remember having nightmares after watching Spirited Away.
Was it when the parents turned into pigs?
It was
No
that.
face?
That scared
No face.
No
No
face.
face. It
When
was
he like
when-
turns into the monster.
When No Face turned into the monster, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I was quite young, I think. So, but yeah, though I think animation in general, I've always loved animation since, like, I was a kid, like Disney movies, Studio Ghibli. I never watched a lot of, I don't know, how would you say it? Like, Western movies, or like real live action movies?
Live action.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, what are you trying to say?
I was like, what am I saying? Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of I watched just a lot of cartoon anime movies as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking another scene that I used to watch as a kid that used to terrify me was that scene in The Little Mermaid when Ursula's taking her voice. I don't know why that scared me so much, but I was just like, oh no.
Don't take her voice away.
Not her voice.
I was gonna say for Sleeping Beauty, the one that you watched, that one is pretty terrifying. It's the moment when Aurora is crying in the room, and the camera, I guess, it kind of pans over to like the fireplace, and like the music is just super creepy, and then you see the green eyes of like Maleficent, like just watching her.
Yeah.
And that's when she kind of leads her back up to the tower. That is creepy.
Remember that?
Yeah, some of the Disney movies like back then are pretty scary to me.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Of like
They are
people
scary,
like
yeah.
when they fall to their death, like people like Gaston, the witch in Snow White.
But like,
Oh my gosh,
it's
yeah.
funny. There's Grim Tales, right? The actual story behind like actual Disney stories are like really dark.
Mm-hmm. The
I heard
Grimm's
on-
fairy tales or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard
Yeah.
on Disney Plus, for some of the scenes from the old Disney movies, they would censor them. They would like purposely cut them out now, or put some. I think I heard this from somebody else. I had to go back and
That's
rewatch. Yeah, but I know for
interesting.
sure. I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's one about Lilo and Stitch. I saw a meme about it, but so back then they Lilo was hiding in a dryer,
There was a
like
washing
a clothes
machine or
dryer.
something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. And then they changed it to an oven because they didn't want kids to like hide in the washer because apparently, yeah.
Dangerous.
Anyways, let's not talk
For
about that.
obvious
No.
reasons.
Um,
So they chose
Yeah.
oven. That's better.
yeah, because they know
I
that
think-
it's dangerous. Like it's hot, and I don't know.
Oh,
I think I heard
thought-
something like that.
Yeah. I remember seeing that too. And I never realized growing up that it changed.
Yeah, it's insane. One movie that I wish I watched as a kid was Harry Potter, but I was never allowed to
Have-
watch it because witchcraft. But the funny thing is, I remember my parents were like, you can't watch it because it's like witchcraft and we don't believe in that. But the first movie I remember watching was called Resident Evil, which is like a very gory, scary movie. And I remember just sitting there with my brothers because I think they're fellowship watching it, and I'm just like,
Their fellowship.
Oh,
I
At
know.
church?
No, it was at my house. And so
Great
I
selection.
great selection. I sat on like the stair and just watching it, just like terrified, and I had to like run into my room and go to sleep. 'Cause I was like, oh, And then I watched like, you know,
Traumatized.
my friends still to this day are like, you need to watch Harry Potter. And I, you know, seen like scenes of it. I'm like, this is not that scary compared to like Resident Evil.
Yeah, because you were watching Resident Evil.
Oh my gosh.
I
Okay.
used to play that video game growing up. My cousin, we had an older cousin living with us, and he would play that video game. And I remember being like, how old was I? Young, and playing that video game and like killing the zombies. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Video games. But it's like, nope,
Oh yeah,
don't
funny.
got you. Okay, the next one I wanted to do was our favorite toys.
Oh, Barbies.
Favorite toys. Did anyone have one they want to share first?
What did I play with? My brother had a lot of Hot Wheels. So I remember playing with Hot Wheels a lot. Yeah, and then they had those Hot Wheels like tracks where you could like shoot the car out and it would go flying along the tracks and stuff. And we had, did you guys ever have those? They were like play mats, and it was like a city with roads. Have you seen those?
Classic. Yeah.
So you would like drive the car along the road. Like,
It's like a
a lot
carpet,
of toy cars.
It's a carpet.
but
Yeah.
a road. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What else?
I do not relate. We're too poor to buy toys.
But very rich.
No.
Because you can buy consoles.
Because people got them for us. So all the consoles, like PlayStation, Game Boys, everything, were all bought from uncles and aunties. Like, because they knew my parents were not wealthy, and so like literally all of it was given from other people.
So lucky. I want to know these people.
They hooked me up with these
Stuff
rich
too.
uncles and aunties. But we didn't get toys, and so like I remember one of my favorite toys was a stuffed polar bear, because it was the first gift, I think, first stuffy that my parents bought for me. And this was like, I was like, I think 7 or 8, so like quite like not like a baby, right? And my brother had a husky. That's why my brother's house loves huskies, because of that toy. And we would like we just hold on to it. I think it's still in my house. It's very skinny because it's lost all the fluff, but like, it's like very dear to us. But then one time, I have a really sad elementary story. One time, my uncle gave me a Sonic the Hedgehog toy, like a stuffy. And you got it from like Hong Kong. So like you couldn't have gotten it in Canada. Irreplaceable. It was like Sonic the Hedgehog, and Silas got Knuckles the Hedgehog, the red one. Okay? So it was like show and tell. I came to school with my favorite toy, my Sonic the Hedgehog, and someone stole it.
Oh no!
Do you know who?
Okay.
Did you ever get it back?
I don't remember his name. No, I never got it back. I don't remember his name, but I remember him having it, and I said, "That's my toy." And then he was like, "No, it's mine." I'm like, you could never have gotten it. Like, it was only from Hong Kong. You can't buy it anywhere else. He's like, "This is my toy. Sonic the Hedgehog's my favorite character." And Silas was so mad. And this is like us in like grade 2 and 4 or something. And he was so mad. He said, "I'm gonna beat him up like Knuckles." And I'm like, "No, you can't beat up people," because I'm a soft Asian boy I am. And so then I was so sad. Silas still has Knuckles, and I don't have Sonic the Hedgehog.
So you
Kids
let the
are so
kid
mean.
take your toy home.
I didn't let him take it. It's just he just took it from me.
Took it.
I told the principal. He's like, he seems like he's like right, and I'm like,
What?
The principal believed him.
I know.
That
Injustice.
Is messed up.
Injustice.
To this day, I miss Sonic
Salty.
the Hedgehog.
Salty to this.
We
day.
have to get him another one.
Justice for Sonic.
Justice.
If someone can find that and like buy it for me, thank you, please. You have a favorite toy, Bonnie?
It was like so we're my daddy and I were walking in a mall, and it's one of those like toy stores where they kind of bring things out into the open so that kids can take a look at them and play. And it was one of these little dogs that yapped. It would like yap 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 yap, and then it would take a few steps. It was like a machine one. And then it would yap 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 and walk some more. It was my favorite toy. It was like a white little dog with a red scarf. And I took him home, and his name was Chappie. And like I brought him like everywhere I went. Like I held onto him like so dearly. And then I remember like one time, this is when it gets a little bit sad. There's this, so this one day when I dropped him down the stairs.
Dropped him down the stairs.
It was an accident. I think I was running. I think I was running up the stairs or downstairs, and I just dropped him, and he like fell onto the ground and like hit it really hard and ended up breaking one of his legs.
You
and
broke Chappie's leg.
Chappie, no.
Chappie, justice for Chappie.
Justice for Chappie.
So then I like obviously I started crying and like brought it to my dad, and he like did everything he could to save Chappie. I remember like I was crying on the bed and like holding onto like a pillow, and he was trying to like dissect Chappie and like try to like open and just try to open him up and take a look at the machine. Like no, it was like clearly broken. So like just like unfixable, irreplaceable. And like I remember like for a short while I tied like a little mini scarf to Chappie's leg, and like I kept holding on to him. He didn't work anymore. He like if you turned him on, he would walk sideways not just like one step and then fall over. My parents tried to replace him though. They like got me another yappy dog, and his name was like Peter. He's like a golden retriever, and it would like yap a few times and walk. It wasn't the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same.
Can we start a GoFundMe page for Chappie?
GoFundMe page for Chappie.
Please
Justice
fix
for
his
Chappie.
leg.
Justice for Chappie.
So Bonnie, do you still have that?
Yeah, I tried.
have
So I
Chappie?
have like a million like stuffed animals, and like I purged most of them. I cannot let go of Chappie. Like I don't know what I would do when I move out into my aesthetic house like one day. I think I would display Chappie by my door. I have no idea where to put him. I think that's the one toy I can't let go of. Yeah, too many memories and
Yeah.
a tragedy.
You tried to take care of him. Nothing worked.
Poor Chappie.
I'm just looking at the time and of loving our conversations, but we are going a little bit over time, which is awesome. I love it.
That's fine. Yeah.
I thought it'd be cool to just like talk about maybe our favorite snacks. Like maybe think of like our top 3 favorite snacks as kids, and like even to this day I can think of snacks I buy as an adult because it makes me think of my childhood.
I can think of one for you, Josh. I know what one is.
What is it,
that?
Catherine?
Teddy Grahams.
Teddy Grahams. It's just specifically the honey flavor, and it's like a mixture of we never like one, we didn't have the money to buy a lot of stuff, but like whenever we did have money, my mom would buy that, and it was like the tastiest treat. I would buy a bag now for myself. Like when we went on go on road trips, I would just like go find Teddy Grahams, and everyone always just like, what? I was like, come on, I love Teddy Grahams.
That's really cute.
They're so good. They're really, really good, though. I agree.
They're really good.
Childhood snacks. I would say Dunkaroos. I only found out, right? I only found out like not that long ago that they were discontinued. And
What?
No. They still make them. Okay, guys. There's a store. There's a candy store downtown in Vancouver. I think it's on Granville. That has Dunkaroos.
Guess where we're going today?
Go.
We're going to go a little bit later.
It's like, it's weird because I've been noticing just on the island, there's a lot of those stores opening up that are selling these like older candies, and Dunkaroos are in all of these stores.
Older
Whoa.
candies.
They're still making them, yeah. And it's the flavor that like birthday cake
That's
one.
the
It has
best
the
one.
sprinkles and the icing. That's the one I always
Yes.
see, which is the
Okay,
best one.
I've had Dunkaroos like once in my life. Like once in my life, someone had it in school. I like had it try. I think it was the birthday, confetti, whatever icing. I think, but I didn't have it that much. Like once probably.
Missed out, man.
I missed out
Yeah, you're
on
missing
a
out.
lot of stuff.
We're gonna have to buy some. I'll bring
I
you
know.
guys some when I visit.
We should do an episode of like trying childhood snacks and seeing if we like them still. Because I know those snackables. Like I know I love snackables.
You mean Lunchables?
Yes.
Lunchables?
Lunchables. Sorry.
I feel like
Snackables?
only
They're
the
a
white
snack
kids
now.
got it. We never got it.
Yeah. No, I remember. I remember having it like once, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this cheese and ham cracker was so good. But it's probably so bad. Like we had a charcuterie board that you made yesterday. That's probably like 10 times better. Than
Well,
it,
that was like a childhood charcuterie board. It's just like, wow. Because whenever you brought it to school, kids were like, "Oh my god, you have Lunchables! Wow!"
I know.
You
It
were
was like always
famous.
like, that's insane. What was your favorite snack, Bonnie?
Maybe the foot. What's it? Fruit. Is it fruit
Oh.
roll-ups or footlongs? It's
Yeah.
it's like
The
a
one-
long piece of candy tape. Am I
Foot by the
thinking-
foot?
They had two different
Foot by
ones. There
the-
was like the one
yeah.
that was super long, and then there was like a flat that was like a square.
No. It has to be the one that's like tape and super, super long.
Ah.
Yeah. And then like so it's like it comes out in like a ball of tape, right? And then I would put the first part of it in my mouth and then try to yo-yo it down to unravel it with my head.
Is this triggering
Bonnie,
me?
did you ever take it and just like whip it to like open it? Just like as fast as you could.
Is that what you did with yours?
Just whip it really fast.
Is this triggering? Because I remember seeing all the kids with it, and I'm just like, I don't have that. I like, I had it like maybe a couple times in my life, and the one time I remember having it was at a fellowship because we did this game where we would lay the whole like roll up on the table, and so whoever can eat it the fastest wins. And I remember eating it so quickly that I got so sick.
We
It's
should
a
do that
lot.
now. That could be in our video.
Hey, let's do it. Okay, future, we should do one when Catherine comes visit. We can do like a snack one. I think it'll be really fun.
All right.
One this one snack, one candy that I think about that always made me thought people were bougie was either the ring pop candy or like the push one.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Pops.
Yeah.
The push
I remember
pops, push
those.
pops.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, they have so much money. Like in my head, I don't know why.
It was a luxury. Yeah,
It's
those
expensive,
babies are
right?
expensive.
I remember with the push pops when we'd get them as treats, like you'd like eat it, right? And then you wouldn't finish it all at once. So you would like push it down, but then it would like get stuck because the stickiness, and you couldn't push it back up. I'd be sitting there as a kid like, oh, come back up.
I remember I got my first ring pop from like a birthday party, like the treat bag that they gave out, and I remember I was just like, wow, look at this ring I have. I can like I'm so like bougie, and I'm just like, oh my god.
It was kind of gross though, because after you like suck on it for a while, all the saliva and like it would kind of get
Yeah.
onto your finger and hand, and it's just your drool. And like
You know
the
what?
mix of
I was
candy.
trying to live my life, okay, as a poor child. Okay.
He's trying to be bougie. One thing, Bonnie, you said you liked Scooby-Doo. Do you remember those Scooby-Doo fruit snacks?
Yes.
They
So
were
they're like
shaped-
these
they had, like-
gummies. Yeah, they were
Go ahead.
gummies, and they would come into like these. You can get it in like a Scooby shaped character or Daphne and.
Oh, like the
Shaggy.
character, like
Yeah,
little
it was
gummies.
like a green packaging.
Okay,
Mhm.
we need to go to that store, Catherine. We need to buy all the candies that you guys grew up with, so I can try them. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
A lot of these things I think you can still get. You can still get the fruit roll-ups and those fruit candies, I think. I've seen them at Walmart.
Yeah, they're still around.
We should do
Yeah.
like a vlog video thing with it. I think it'd be really fun. One I just remember something that a couple years ago. No, it was 2 years ago. I think. I remember like I've never had like fruit gushers, like the
Really?
yeah. Okay, you know what? Okay, so
Okay, well, yeah, okay. After this,
So-
like,
I went to Christina's house and we bought some to try it. But I remember having it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm having fruit gushers, and it was so sweet because like it has so much of like the sugar liquid in it. It was so sweet, and I'm just being like defeated. Like my childhood self was so defeated. That
Well,
was
because you're
so
older
sweet.
now.
Yeah.
Like back then, like sugar was everything. Like
Mhm.
I can eat like cupcakes and whatever, or like even like just straight up like sugar cubes, and it's like fine.
Sugar cubes.
That's what I
yeah,
would do.
I used to do that too.
I-
yeah.
Yeah, you just let
Y'all
them
are crazy. I had the cream, like the cream cup capsule things. Like, do you put it in coffee? I would drink those.
Oh. See, I couldn't.
Aren't
I'm
you
lactose
lactose
intolerant?
intolerant?
I could not.
I was lactose intolerant since like 2 years ago. Okay, so as a kid, anyways, we're not gonna talk about that because it makes me sad. Okay, we're gonna move on to a game. I actually don't know much about it because Catherine organized it. Catherine, do you need us to get stuff?
Yeah,
like
there's
paper
so
or
I don't know if
anything?
you guys want, but there's an optional thing where you can draw if you
Draw.
like.
Okay, I'll get some paper.
Okay.
We can cut the video right here and cut. Want to find other ways to connect with us? You can find our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube for other video and other content. See you there.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
So, I have put together a fun little game for you guys. Because Bonnie here is our guest. Bonnie has a love for mushrooms. So I put together a little fun mushroom game
Oh my
for
gosh.
you guys.
I'm gonna
I
cry.
couldn't come up with a game or like a good name for it. What I could think of was a fun guy or a fake guy.
Oh my
So
gosh.
what you guys are doing. So I'm gonna say a name of a mushroom, and guys are gonna try and figure out if it's a real name or a fake name. And then I guess for fun or bonus points, I don't know what you guys want to do. You can draw it and see who gets close.
Guess the closest. Okay,
Yeah.
I think this is points, right? Because I am competitive.
Yeah,
But
points.
I feel like Bonnie has it more of an advantage.
I don't know. I
Yes,
think I'm
because she's
about to
quite
be
knowledgeable.
exposed on the internet that that I don't have that much knowledge about mushrooms.
But like you have seen and researched more than I will ever do.
Maybe
I
a
will ever
little bit
research.
more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I am ready.
Okay, friends. So the first one, real or fake? Drumstick Truffle Club.
Do we say it at the same time or you want wait, yeah, say it at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. So, 3, 2, 1.
Real.
Fake.
Oh wait, it's hard to hear both of you guys at the same time.
I said
Bonnie
real.
said real. And
I said
Josh,
fake.
this is real.
What?
I knew
Yeah,
it.
So let me show you. I'll send it in the chat. Unless you guys want to try and draw it for bonus points.
Let's do it.
Oh,
I
let's
wanna
draw
Okay. Wait. I think next so for when we say our answers, Catherine, maybe what will help is like we can do like a thumbs up or a thumbs down to help you, just because I know the audio is a little weird. Okay. Give us like 10 seconds to draw it.
Yes.
Can you count us down, Catherine?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let me see your little photos.
This is a really bad drawing. Wait, you have to hold it up.
Oh, it's,
Look like a broccoli.
it's really cute. Let me see yours. It's not. Wait, what? Oh, it's
A drumstick.
little
A drumstick on a
a-
mushroom. I drew a
Okay,
mushroom.
well, I'm gonna
shaped
send
drumstick.
it in the chat.
Okay. Oh my god. Wait. You send it on this. Can you send it on Facebook, sorry?
On Facebook. me
Send it on Facebook.
just-
I can't open the Discord chat without me recording it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I don't want anyone to
Hang
creep me.
on. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh no, I gotta sign in. Hang on.
Also, should we describe what we drew?
Oh yeah, so then the people who can't see us
Right.
Yeah.
can. So I drew literally just a mushroom with a drumstick attached to it.
And I drew a drumstick shaped mushroom with a smiley face.
Clearly, one of us is more creative than the other. You can decide.
So me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. I think Josh went a little too literally on this one.
Okay.
So I think
judge
I'm going
it,
to
judge.
have to give it to Bonnie.
Boo.
Woo. So Bonnie guessed real, and she got the drawing right. I'm trying to load Facebook, and it's being really slow.
That's okay. We can just we can post it on the screen.
We can do
later
it
on.
in-
Yeah.
You can put it in post.
Yeah. You can show us to us as you can. And second question, Judge Catherine, is the name and the drawing half points each or 1 point each?
Oh, what would you guys prefer?
I think half points. So there's
half
not.
Points?
She's not.
That's because Josh is.
Are you scared of losing? Okay, so Bonnie has 1 point. Cool. Okay, so the next one. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Pancake crust.
Okay, count us down.
Have you deliberated? Do you need more
Yes.
time? Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Fake.
Real.
It's real.
It's because when I was in the forest, I did find a mushroom that looked like a pancake.
See, this game is clearly biased to her knowledge.
I do have an advantage.
Catherine, can you count 10 seconds?
Yes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see. Oh, not bad, not bad. Okay, okay. Bonnie?
Should we describe what our drawings are?
Yes, I can see. So, comparing this, I think Josh is closer. Yeah.
Ooh.
Thank you. I literally drew a long mushroom top cap, like a pancake flat, and then a little stem on the bottom. That's what I drew.
Yeah. Well, from what I saw, it looked closer. But we'll post the picture
Ooh.
and compare. So that
My mushroom was like pancake, but then it had a fatter stem.
Got a thick stem. You gotta get a thin stem.
So this one, it's weird because it doesn't actually have a stem. It's more like just a thing, like a flat thing on like a tree. Yeah. So that is half point for Josh and half point for Bonnie because she got it for real. Okay.
Dang, I'll put like our points above our heads.
Yeah. Point count. Okay, so the next one. The Queen's Parasol. Let you guys think about it.
I am ready with my answer.
You guys are ready? Bonnie, you
Same.
ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Fake.
Real.
Josh is right. I made this one up.
I think everything's fake.
Yeah. Okay. So there's no picture for this one because it's fake. So don't worry.
You should.
Unless you guys want to draw it. Okay.
No, it's okay. Let's go to the next one.
The next one. Cinnamon Jelly Baby.
Ooh.
These names are intense.
They're fun.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Fake.
You guys are wrong. It's real.
No.
It's real. So, okay. Draw what you think it's like.
Okay. Well, can you say what it's called again?
Cinnamon Jelly Baby. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. See, I can't
You
see
show
it.
yours.
All right, yeah, help me bring it up. So it's a tree, but then
Oh my
it's
God.
very little jellies on the tree.
Can you show me the little jelly? Can you bring the jelly closer to me?
They're like
little
little
jelly.
circles.
Okay. And Josh?
I drew like a mushroom with jellies, like little buds on it.
Okay, so judging from this photo, I think that Josh is the closest. Because it is kind of like little buddy jelly guys. Good job, Josh.
Thank you.
Okay. The next one. Harry Nuts Disco.
Harry
Is it
Nuts
real or
Disco.
fake?
I need to look. I don't want to look this up on the internet.
Okay.
Deliberate. Think about it.
Okay.
Ready? Bonnie?
Ready.
In 3, 2, 1.
Real.
It's real.
I thought it was too
Real.
specific. It was too specific.
It is
like
real.
Harry, whatever. Sorry, anyways, keep
You
going.
didn't think I could make it up? Okay. What do you
Okay.
think this one looks like? I forgot to count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Well, I drew today.
Yes.
It's like a little
Oh, like a furry.
furry little
A furry
mushroom.
Okay. Okay. Bonnie.
Okay. So I drew kind of like a little puff ball. There is no stem, just roots coming out of it with
Mm-hmm.
holes or dots, and it's hairy.
Wait, Josh, let me see yours again. I would say Josh is closer.
Man, I am losing this so bad.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have one more for you, friends. One more.
Okay, this is whoever gets this wins the game. Kidding.
Okay. Winner takes
this-
all.
Okay, winner takes all.
Okay. Dun dun dun. This one is called Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Fake.
Real.
Bonnie's right. I made this one up. Bonnie wins.
No.
Well,
Yay.
Bonnie's
Good
the
job,
winner
friends.
of this game.
very good. Your drawings were all amazing.
I think we should start our own gallery
Of mushrooms?
of
Of
mushroom
photos of
drawings.
mushrooms?
Oh,
I want to sign my name on this.
I would
The
have drew
one
this
with an
nicer then.
Actual drumstick on a mushroom.
I went quite literal on these mushrooms.
Too literal.
Catherine, thank you for putting that game together. That's a lot of fun. But that's the end of our episode today. Bonnie, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for
Thank you,
having me.
Bonnie.
Hope you enjoyed our chaotic energy.
No comment.
Love it. just silence.
Silence.
I did enjoy the energy. It was
Good.
really fun. I appreciate the mushroom game, and I think I'll research all of these, except the hairy nut one
Yeah,
on
don't
the
do that.
internet. Do
Don't
not
look at that one.
do not look it up.
Don't
Be
look it
careful
up,
when
kids.
Googling that one.
So before we end today, where can they find this beautiful Instagram account?
Oh yeah. So whenever I go on walks or hikes, I always take pictures of mushrooms. It's 2.banana slug, and that's where you'll find all my mushroom posts.
We will put the thing right here on. You can see up on top here. Bonnie is obsessed with mushrooms to the point where sometimes we would go for a nice walk. This is not from real experience. Just a nice walk with a serious conversation about life, and then she disappears and starts taking photos of a mushroom on the side. She's that invested in it, and it's very cute, and it's very Bonnie-like.
Have to.
Mhm.
You have to.
Just have to.
Mhm.
But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to this week's episode, and we hope to see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey listeners, want even more content? We have a Patreon. If you'd like to support us, please consider becoming one of our patrons. You can check us out at patreon.com/RiceWashed podcast. Thanks so much.